This is Allison Profit, co-host of the Soulful Entrepreneur Summit, which is happening February 27th to the 29th, 2024. Today, I am super excited to be joined by Jess Sato from Jess Sato Consulting. And today, Jess is going to be doing our summit speakers interview so that you can get to know her a little bit better. Jess is actually a returning speaker, and our relationship has grown over the years, and we've really gotten to know each other well. And I just am very excited to share Jess with you. She is going to be speaking on day 2 of the event, and we'll talk a little bit about what she's excited to share later on in this conversation. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Hi, Jess. I'd love to have you just jump in and share a little bit about yourself and your business.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited. I mean, this is like time number 3 to be part of this summit. So I'm super, super excited about that. I am the CEO and founder of Jessica Sato Consulting, and I specialize in helping people figure out their big idea so that they can step onto the TEDx stage with confidence. And I work primarily with female thought leaders and social impact entrepreneurs. Really, the focus of that work is, like I said, getting on the TEDx stage, but more importantly, amplifying their thought leadership so that they can make the kind of impact that they want to make in the world.
Beautiful. The idea of soulful entrepreneurship, I know, is something that really resonates with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here for the third time and inviting all of your people and business buddies to come and join us as well. I'd love for you to share more with our audience. What does it mean to you to be a soulful entrepreneur?
I love this question because it's actually the answer has evolved over the last couple of years. But for me, being a soulful entrepreneur is really about being grounded in and giving myself permission to be who I am meant to be in the world so that I can have the kind of impact, not just in my clients' lives, but just in my own life and in the lives of those people that I touch. So it's very much about being rooted in your values, being honest, and having a rich degree of integrity in everything that you do. That authenticity of who you serve, how you serve, all of that kind of coming together in like a really beautifully wrapped package.
Yeah, and in the spirit of authenticity and aligning our values, I love that you dropped those words in here.
Yeah.
To me, joy is the best business strategy. That's my
Mm.
philosophy in my business, and I weave it into everything I do. So, in addition to really what you're going to be speaking about at the summit ties into the theme, which is
Mm.
release, about what you need to release to be a more soulful entrepreneur. But we also want to highlight the importance of joy and having fun. So, as part of our speaker information gathering process, we always ask our speakers what their go to song is and that song that gets you energized or pumped up. So, I'd love for you to share just what is your go to song and
Yeah.
why does it resonate with you?
Okay. So the go-to song I've chosen for this is Brave by Sarah Bareilles. There's a very particular line in there where she talks about, saying what you want to say. And I really resonate with that because I think for a long time I allowed my own voice, my own thoughts, et cetera, to be diminished. And so for me, it's a reminder of being brave and being willing to like put your big, bold ideas out into the world. And, that all aligns with who I work and how I do work and the kind of work I do. But I just love the idea of us having that deep sense of self-confidence and security to like actually do that, to like really say what you want to say in the world, knowing that it could really make a difference in someone's life.
So good. So we are really excited to every year that we do this event to put together a playlist of all of
Mm.
the speaker songs. So our attendees and our speakers and sponsors can get energized for the summit and then also kind of have it as a token after the event.
Yeah.
And during the event, we play it throughout during our breaks and different times just to insert some of that joy and fun. I think music is a universal language. And so the link to the playlist for the 2024 Soulful Entrepreneur Summit will be down in the description below for the video. So be sure to check that out. And what are you most excited about bringing to this year's summit?
So I love this theme of release, partly because of my own story, but I just really appreciate this concept of giving ourselves permission to let go what is no longer serving us. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my own journey. Like we said, I've done this summit every year that you've done it, and who I was then is not who I am now. It's not the same business. There's so many things that have shifted. And I think a big part of what I want to talk about is really rooted in sort of the nature of that evolution, the recognition that we as entrepreneurs can evolve and should evolve as we're growing, as we're healing, as we're releasing things that are no longer serving us, whether that's expectations, whether that's partnerships, whether that's different clients, different business model, whatever that might look like for us. And honoring the whole emotional cycle that goes with that, everything from sadness to happiness and elation to grief of seeing something that you thought would be one way kind of die, and kind of giving yourself permission to be okay in all of those seemingly messy emotions. And I think the other thing I want to talk about is just how important it is to be surrounded by other entrepreneurs and people. It doesn't always have to be an entrepreneur, but other people who get where you are and see where you're trying to go and can help be in that journey with you. Everything from your cheerleader to someone who's like, you need to stop. I'm putting the kibosh on what you're doing. I'm not going to allow you to do that in the most loving and gentle way. So, those people who are sort of giving us permission to be and do and grow however we want to. So, yeah, I think that's sort of the angle I'm taking, that we all have a journey that we're on, and that journey is important. That evolution is important. But it's not always going to be fun, that the release is hard, but it's almost always worth it.
Yeah, and the joy can be found in the journey,
Hmm.
because I think anytime we look backwards, it's always in the looking back, isn't
It
it?
is. It really
It's
is.
never in the moment like, "Oh,
No.
this painful, hard thing is so fun and joyful," but I think in that perspective, when we look backwards of the things that we were like, "Oh gosh,
Mhm.
that was terrible," when we look at the here and now, we can say, "Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way."
Yeah.
When we're in the moment, it's hard to do, so it can be hard and painful and messy and yucky, and we might wanna avoid it, but it's in that we talked about metamorphosis, it's like in the
Mhm.
goo that
Yeah.
the caterpillar shifts into the butterfly, and we don't want the goo, but the goo is
It's
the
the magic. It's the thing that has to happen,
yeah,
right? I mean, it's like sort of the magic ingredient in this whole
yeah,
process.
it's the marinade, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh
Well,
my
just
gosh.
I am just first off, I'm so honored that you're coming to participate and also speak at the event for a third time, and because I know you're a busy, successful woman, so you have a family and you've got a business and you've got personal interests. I saw some of your photos from the holiday season and you're out there living your life. So I know taking part of an event it's a commitment, and it really means so much to me that you are committing once again. And yeah, just so much gratitude for you for saying yes and for putting the work in to make your session to be something meaningful and valuable to our event and to those that are attending. So, we have a one last surprise. We are going to do a rapid fire round. So, you're not
Okay.
aware of what these questions are.
I'm not.
A couple quick rapid fires just to get to know a little bit more about you, just to have a little fun. So, early riser or night owl?
Early riser.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains always.
Colorado, baby.
Of course.
What was your funnest memory from 2023?
Oh gosh. Okay, real talk. It was creating a whole scavenger hunt for my daughter for Christmas so she could go see Taylor Swift.
So fun. I did see those photos, and that was so creative,
It
and
was so fun. It was so
oh,
fun. Every part of it was fun.
yeah, it was really cool. And then what was your biggest takeaway from 2023 that you are carrying into 24 as something that you're implementing? So your biggest takeaway from 2023?
Yeah, you sort of said it a little bit. We talked about metamorphosis. I didn't know that when I chose metamorphosis, I thought I was doing it for a different reason, and it ended up being so much more. But I think my big takeaway is that you have to go through the goo in order to flourish. And it sucks. And yet here we are on the other side. And it just feels like, wow, that was necessary in order to be here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I get so excited for the summit every time I do these interviews. So,
So fun.
Jess, it was so nice getting to chat with you and to have you share a little bit more with our audience, more about you so that they can get excited about our event. So, if you are listening or watching, we want to personally invite you to join us at the 2024 Soulful Entrepreneur Summit at the end of February. Tickets are available right now. So, hurry on up, get on over to getsoulfulsuccess.com. That's where you can find more details and register for your ticket. The link will be down in the video description below. And we can't wait to see everyone at the end of February. Thank you again so very much, Jess. I will talk to you soon.
Sounds great. Thanks so much.